This is probably one of the most important films I've done. It's about an historic injustice which is still being perpetrated right now against our former miners. National heroes who risk their lives every day working in the most dark and hellish conditions imaginable to provide the coal which was needed to keep our homes, our hospitals and our schools warm, and the wheels of our industry turning. Despite all that, these brave men who sacrificed so much on our behalf have been left to die in abject poverty, whilst the government has taken at least £4 billion out of their pension fund. Just think about that. National heroes left to die in abject poverty, whilst the government robs them and their families blind. It's a national disgrace, and it's time to put this historic injustice right. That's why we need the recommendations of Parliament's Business and Industry Committee to be implemented now. The cross-party committee held an inquiry into the mine workers' pension scheme and came up with two key recommendations to put an end to the daylight robbery of miners' pensions. Firstly, the government should review the surplus sharing arrangements in the mine workers' pension scheme to ensure they are fair and deliver a better outcome for pensioners. Second, the government should also relinquish its entitlement to the investment reserve and transfer the £1.2 billion fund to miners to provide an immediate cash uplift to former miners. A fifth of members get as little as £10 a week from the pension scheme. Just a tenner a week. Just think about that. This fund, which was £1.2 billion in 2021, isn't even taxpayers' money. Our miners paid for their pension fund with their blood and their sweat and their tears. Many paid for it with their lives. This money belongs to them and their families. And please remember this. Almost every miner who ever worked down a colliery now suffers from adverse health conditions like lung damage due to exposure to coal dust. Many older ex-miners suffer painful and lingering deaths. It's heartbreaking. And now they're dying at the rate of 7,000 a year. This money was supposed to be for them and their families. No government should be in the business of profiting from miners' pensions. And no government should be allowed to rob these national heroes and their families blind. 40 years on from the miners' strike, as we reflect on the lasting impact of the destruction of the coal industry, what better way to level up coal-filled communities than to put money directly back into the pockets of ex-miners? And it's their money, not yours, not mine, and certainly not this government's. And Labour need to step up and take the lead on this. They need to show us that they are truly still the party of workers by backing the committee's recommendations in full, by committing to include them in their election manifesto. So let's just once do the right thing and work together to end this historic injustice against national heroes that were always there for us once and for all.